And we're back. As you noticed, I didn't grind up quite as much as last time, but enough to get us going. But it's time for an event! And more specifically, a boss fight. So, to start off... Now, nuts to your silk spitter.
Don't worry. Oh.
It's all one big body, I don't think it matters.
But this is a monster. It's a lot bigger than typical monsters, though. Defeat it first, and we can figure out what's wrong.
Dang it. Charlotte, where are you? Come on, Munchkin, get on the job. Just gonna clip into the boss, I'll show you. Good. Also took care of one of those annoying little minions. Whoop. It's morphin' time. Thankfully, his changing forms doesn't actually make the debuffs I've set on him do less. Ah. Yeah, I noticed, thanks. Crud. I got stuck between its toes and I couldn't escape. Hey, healer! What are you doing? Charlotte, you suck at your job. I should have brought Duran or Kevin. Alright, time to cause some splash damage here. Well, he debuffed me, so one good turn deserves another. Ah, crud. Now's a camera, please. Okay, there, I can see what I'm doing again. He didn't like that one bit. Yeah, I don't think it matters, as long as it's some part of his body, I think it applies. Oh, come on. I hate when they make it look like you can dodge into a certain area, but you actually can't. Alright. The body and the head are really where you want to hit as much as possible, because that's where you're really going to cause the biggest damage. Okay, now Charlotte's back on the job. Now that I've threatened to replace her, though it's way too late for that. Yep, once you make that decision at the start of the game, you are, might as well put a wedding ring on it, because it's a till end the game do us part sentiment. Alright. That wasn't so bad. Little bit of a close call here and there, but we made it work. I'm actually remembering to start using Lisa's abilities, which I had neglected for a while. Nice. Full round for everyone.
Look! There's something there. Huh? Oh! Oh, it's just you, Dryad.
It's weird to me that the hip tree has hips.
Yes! That monster ensnared me in its grasp and has sapped my power for so long. So that's how it got so big. Thank you ever so much. Oh, forgive me for causing you so much trouble.
Just throw in with us and all will be forgiven.
We are happy to help. Will you help us too, though? I'm so sorry, but that monster sapped all of my power. Oh, I fear I would be of no help to anyone right now. It would only get in the way.
Oh, come on. We need all the help we can get.
Dryad, you are the wood elemental. Your powers are like mana itself. I am certain you would be a help, not a hindrance. Besides, you are still strong after getting trapped by that monster. You would definitely be able to help us. Please, lend us your power.
Are you certain? Yes! Come with us, Dryad! We need you.
No, I mean, it does show that each of the elementals has their own personality. They're not all like a weird hive mind.
You're too kind.
As strange as they are.
I don't deserve it.
Please stop shaking your
I
hips.
will do my best to help you all.
That's literally all I ask. Just please stop that. But that does give us the 8th elemental. The elemental of wood.
All 8 elementals.
Thank you, Lise, for saying what I just said.
Let's hurry, Koverbuska! So that we can get a ride to Oblivile. We don't have much time left. This is probably our last chance.
What is Oblivile?
Oblivile is the island, where mana energy from all corners of the world converges.
So, some kind of ley line.
In the past, when the magic used to control the mana stones was sealed away, the whereabouts of Oblivile were erased from everyone's memories to further protect the world. Oh, but don't worry, it's still there.
But wouldn't sailors eventually just rediscover it
The
again?
last of the mana power in the sanctuary to get to this world, I appeared in the sky above that island.
Like, even if they don't know its significance, they at least have a chart of it.
Let us hurry.
Or at least the coastal area around it. Bee Saber, Wall, Poison Bubble. Which I don't think any of us are going to get, actually. I know that Charlotte has access to some of the elemental sabers, I just forget which ones. Because I don't use her very much. But hey, I'm trying to keep things interesting. I've used Duran and Kevin and Lise in most of my parties, so... At the very least, it keeps me walking honest. There's actually another full heal mana statue on our way out, so we're just gonna leave the forest now. And even though Dryad's here, this is actually not where the Woodstone is. It's actually much further set back. We can't actually get there on foot. Honestly, I've learned to fear these... the bee attack Amazons because they can do these crazy huge spear attacks. And it basically looks like the Destructo Disc from Dragon Ball, and it just will rip through you over and over and over if you let it. So, taking them out right away is like priority 1. Go, little cactus. Made that in 1,000 XP encounter. It's like early boss level of experience. Angela gets a lot of mileage out of Sylphid magic. I've actually learned you can hit these guys in such rapid succession, you knock them over, and you can actually cancel them out of some of their attacks. It's actually a nice touch. Go... wait. Not south, we need to go north. I'm going completely the wrong way. But hey, found free stuff, so... yeah, that's totally what I was going for. Let's go with that. Thankfully, the assassin ants can actually be knocked out of the air fairly easily. And I get they were going for that alliterative appeal, but the only ants in an ant colony that fly are elates, which are non-combat castes. I know, only a huge nerd like me would know that, but it's true. The enemy's reset. Let's bowled them over. Wow, I didn't realize there were that many monsters in this encounter. This would be a perfect opportunity for that double XP bonus to kick in. Which, of course, it doesn't. Let me dream. Alright, Charlotte's about to hit 37. 38 is the magic number for the second class change, but unlike the first one, we can't do it immediately. Not only do we need to progress the plot, we actually need a particular item. Now, remember how I've been talking about the item pots at inns and how they're significant? Well, they're going to be. And you'll see what we're talking about here shortly. But let's just say it'll be worth it when we can pull it off. Now, in terms of your last class change, you can't go wrong. They're all really, really good. But if you have your heart set on a particular one, well, you might want to hold your breath and grind. Just being honest. There's only one particular side you can approach from. There we go. Thank you, Vuskov. Sadly, this is going to be one of the last times he's going to be helping us. We don't lose him. You keep him the rest of the game. Just, well, I don't spoil. Besides, we're about to become very busy.
We have come so far. It took a long time. But we are so close to opening the portal. Let us hurry.
Angela went all that way in heels. I was going to make a Linkin Park joke, but nah, it's beneath me.
Thank you for everything. I never could have attempted to open the portal all on my own.
All
Mana
right.
has continued to weaken throughout our journey. But I think I can still manage with what remains of my strength. I'll give it a try. Elementals, lend me your powers!
Alright, cue Shonen Monologue.
Time to show my stuff. Don't you worry, sister. You got this. You hear? Do it! I won't hold back.
We won't be defeated. Here goes.
A little bit of texture
I
pop
give
in.
you all of my dark power. Heyo, here we go.
That's the biggest contrast yet.
Let us give this everything we have. I apologize that this is all I can do. I only hope that it will help.
Alright, our little marketable mascots. Let's do this. It certainly is a bit more cinematic. In the Super Nintendo version, they just kind of appeared, spouted their one-liners, and then flew off the screen. Well, Fairy?
You can do this, Fairy. Just a little more. Aw, you were so close. Don't worry. Next time, you'll definitely get it. Try again?
Well, it didn't work that time. But don't let it get to you. I've got your back. Come on, try again. Thank you, everyone. Mana has grown weaker than I expected. The portal won't get any larger. Okay, I'll try one more time. Please, God.
Looks like we're summoning Shinron. Nice little callback to the Super Nintendo.
Congratulations, Fairy! You did it! No! That wasn't me! The portal opened on its own! Oh, mana stones must have been activated! They're giving off too much energy!
Well, we couldn't find a lot of them, to be fair.
He combined with the powers of the other elementals and created that huge portal in the sky. Oh, man, it's too high up for us to reach.
How can this be?
Oh, come on. You didn't really think a JRPG protagonist would get somewhere before the villain, did you?
Watch out!
That's a pretty intense shot. We all pretty much got knocked onto our faces.
Is that the Crimson Wizard from Altena?
We couldn't activate the mana stones with the forbidden magic alone. Thank you so much for releasing enough mana energy. Now Altena's flying battleship, Gigantress, will begin the invasion of the Sanctuary of Mana. Please accept this gift with our warmest regards.
Oh dear. You just got aerial bombardmented. But that's not the only trouble we have.
Your Majesty, beastmen subjects, now is the time to invade the Sanctuary of Mana. Once you get the Sword of Mana, the human world will tremble at your feet. You can create a beastman utopia.
Think you guys would have learned when Duran chased you out of Jad.
Equitable, Your furry Majesty?
Furry Majesty.
Proceed with your plan.
It's like he
Yes,
knows.
sire. Now then, guards, we're off to the front lines.
They kind of do it the old-fashioned way. Not that I necessarily fault them, but that doesn't look safe to me. I'm not okay with flying without walls and floors and seatbelts. Just saying. Just not me.
Malokio? What is it?
They have opened the portal to the sanctuary. Are you prepared?
Yep, all the villainous
You
forces
forget
are
to
moving
whom you
now.
Speak. Of the two of us, you are the one who is late. Now, what news do you have of his Dark Majesty?
He used the last of his essence to bring the Darkstone back from Mavolia and into this realm. His Dark Majesty has perished.
Mavolia is the
Then
world
it
of
is
darkness.
proceeding as he planned. I have prepared
We
the
don't go
vessel
there in
that
this
will
game.
bring us through the portal and into the Sanctuary of Mana.
I don't know if you
Let
do
us
in any
cast
other
off.
mana game, but I've really only played Secret of Mana and Trials of Mana,
We can
so...
easily revive his Dark Majesty. With his dark powers, we can transform this realm into Mavolia itself. We cannot fail in this mission, or his Majesty will be lost forever.
Spoiler alert, they fail in this mission. If you want to know why I know that, it's not really because we stopped them. It actually really isn't. It actually hinges on who your main character is. But I don't want to spoil, so... It'll make sense here shortly, because a lot of plot threads are actually going to be brought together here. So pretty much no matter who you have in your party, they're invested at this point.
Is everyone all right? We must go after those ships.
But the portal's in the sky. How are we supposed to get up there? Some of us don't have wings, you know.
Oh, the winged defender.
The what?
Even Fairy doesn't know what this is.
In the mountains is a place called Celestial Peak. Our protector, the winged defender, oversees both land and sky. We can ask for his aid.
That's perfect. Let's hurry.
Why didn't we do that in the first place? I mean, I suppose you could say maybe the times weren't desperate enough for it, but... I mean, I was thinking out loud here. I forget if Little Cactus shows up on this map or not. It's me blitzing to the shore. Oh, it's a small map. Let's take a quick look before we depart. I will call Vuskov, don't worry. It's a bit of an adjustment changing over, because, like I said in an earlier video, his name was Booskaboo. There he is. Booskaboo in the SNES fan translation. There we go. Alright, our work here is done. The world may be in danger, but there's still time to play silly games with a sentient cactus creature. So now we actually need to return to, I want to say, Paloport? I sometimes confuse some of the cities, to be fair. You only spend a brief time in each. Off we go. So from Palo, we go up the path to Laurent. Oh, right. I don't think it would be smiled upon if I drove a giant kappa up into the docks of the port. Probably should be a little more subtle in my approach. At this point, we kind of made a name for ourselves. You think people would just be okay with us rolling up like that? I think they would.
Celestial Peak from the Citadel. Hurry! We must not let those people who entered the sanctuary get away. Well fought, well fought.
Thankfully, these guys are the same weaklings they were before. So swatting them aside is quite simple.
Be careful.
I mean, Charlotte might level up from this, but... Now, you might be going, Snek, why aren't you just running away? That would be easier and faster, right? Well, maybe. The answer to that is maybe. But you don't get XP and money from running away. So let's be real here, shall we? Better to get a little bit of XP and money for taking a little bit of time to defeat enemies that pose no threat, versus getting absolutely nothing from running away from enemies that pose no actual threat.
What a joke.
Now, you might be inclined to go through the cave. I'm going to tell you right now, don't do that. Remember, Laurent is up the mountain.
That was easy.
So we need to keep going up. Hitting them with diamond shards. This is serious overkill, Angela.
What a joke.
I don't know the exact damage calculations, but elementally superior magic is, I think, time and a half stronger in terms of damage output. I could be mistaken, but I think it's about that. Might just be double. I don't know.
Such power! What can I say? I'm a natural.
Nice. And since we have a moment till we're there anyway, let's just go ahead and distribute them now. I want to max that out, since that's what her healing is based off of. And you know what? I'm going to bump her luck up. I've let that sit really low. Critical hits are based on luck. And some abilities and powers hinge on it as well. I would say generally it's probably the least important stat overall, but I don't think you should 100% neglect it either. Especially as Hawk gets really good abilities from the luck tree. I think in fact his class abilities hinge on luck. But every character kind of has their own specific trait associated with them. Aye.
Captain, thank goodness you are safe. The Wing Defender. Yes, ma'am. We will unblock the path at once. Please stay safe, Captain.
Oh, I mean, they seem to understand the gravity of the situation, so that's good. Now we're going to enter a new leg of the mountain, which is essentially a mini-dungeon. So just to be overly safe, and because we come all this way anyhow, let me go ahead and save. Celestial Peak. Alright. But by the way, time moves faster on the overworld than it does when you're in a dungeon or the like. That's an impressive draw distance. I don't know if that's actually true to the world map or not, but the fact that they bothered rendering it at all is really cool. So, now you'll notice that these guys are a little bit more reasonably leveled. And that's why they didn't really feel the need to scale up the monsters on the mountain, though they definitely could have. There's protocols in the game for that sort of thing.
The area is clear of threats.
In fact, we're going to run into the most significant one fairly soon. I know I keep teasing soon, but don't worry, this is when the game gets really open-ended, and you'll have a lot of freedom to make your own decisions.
This is my fight.
Though I do have a particular roadmap in mind, at least on the earliest parts of it. Angela, don't dodge into the attack. Alright.
That was easy.
Curse my greed. For pocket change, even.
Here I go. Well fought. Nothing.
Okay.
On.
Whoops, didn't even see them at first. So still be careful. I think these guys still have the ability to petrify, which I think is a nod to the cockatrice, but at the same time, it's kind of weird, right? Because they're wind affinity monsters, but they have a bunch of earth-based magic.
Threats. We have earned a rest.
Well, I mean, that's better in terms of money, and we're close to another level up, which is good, because, as said, 38's the magic number. And we're getting to the point where a lot of stuff just can't get better. Like, Lise has maxed out strength and stamina right now. Angela has like 9 points in everything, just because that's just how I've been building her. I'm not going to sweat that. Aerial enemies usually aren't that bad. You hit them a couple times, they usually go down on the ground, and then you can just kind of wail on them. No reason not to take it. That's the cool thing about Lee's, is her sheer spear gives her really good reach. So she can smash multiple enemies at the same time if they're fairly close together.
Faith is flowing through me.
Oh, 3 points. Alright. That gives me something to work with. Should probably boost her spirit, since that's what her debuffs are hinged on. Maybe that's not a bad idea. 5%. I need to update these pretty bad, don't I? With 30%. That's pretty good. I think it was a stronger version of Forsake I can get later on. So I now have 8 points to work with. I'm going to give her one more to get that. Reclaim. Victory heal. Maybe that's a good one. I think I should work towards that. Plus, that will just give her better longevity.
It's magical.
Wait, I'm going backwards. Don't do that. Alright.
Can't you tell? We are getting stronger.
Oh, believe me, I've noticed. We're almost there. There's actually not much of this area left.
Oh, that's it. No, it's too small to defend much of anything. Oh, is this one a baby?
A baby winged defender.
Hey there. We're trying to get to the sanctuary of Mana. Can you help us?
Please step back. I can handle this.
I need to see this scene when Lee's isn't present.
Oh, I see. You are a girl dragon, are you not?
We just had a Shrek
I
moment.
shall give you a cute name as an apology. How do you like Flammy? Lovely. Flammy it is. I am sorry to ask, but we are short on time. Would you please take us to the portal in the sky above Oblivile?
The Bond of Flammy has granted you a new ability. MP Boost 2. Nice. I'll give that to one of the casters. I mean, we're all casters now, but you know what I mean. By the way, the soundtrack for this game is actually available on Square-enix's store and on Amazon Music, and the only reason I'm shilling it is because a lot of the titles of the songs have really strange names. I believe the name of the song you're hearing right now is, like, Can You Fly, Sister, I think is the name. And the only reason I mention Amazon is it's cheaper than the Square-enix music shop. Well,
This is the sanctuary of Mana.
not much of a sanctuary anymore. It's kind of corpsey for that.
Oh no. These are the forces that entered the sanctuary before us. They destroyed each other.
And now we're gonna destroy what remains. That's a nice water effect. I don't know, I have an affinity for really nice water effects in games, I guess. That's a weird thing to harp on, I guess.
Those people who rushed in.
Yep, and now that here we get a quick tutorial because the mana statue in front of us is special. In the Super Nintendo version, you could actually go to any spot where a Mana Stone once stood, and that would also count. I do not believe that's true anymore. I haven't tried, to be fair, but you need a special seed to get a special item. And they don't really tell you who or what drops them,
Going to get the mana sword.
but there are some spots that are good for them.
I can rebuild my kingdom. Everyone, we cannot afford to lag behind.
You dead? Yeah, he did. Now, thankfully, this does give us some amenities, because the game designers kind of realized that we're trapped here until we actually finish this particular plot thread. Which is another part of the reason I wanted to grind a little bit. Nothing but garbage. Wonderful. But we'll have the chance to heal and power up. And I'm going to take a quick moment to adjust our abilities a little bit. And next time you'll see me, which should be the next episode based on my timer, we will venture into the Sanctuary proper, whereupon we will collide with many, many, many important character stories and see which one ends up being our endgame.